back in the towards the Project 23, and I believe the name of the vessel, it is called, I know what it's called, guys, 100%. The Queen's Hyenda's Grace is called Hyenda's Grace. As you travel back in Edda's vessel towards this massive, opulent monstrosity of a battleship, this warship that was once downed by, who knows, maybe an incursion of Atasaur followers, or the ship itself was probably the one that decided to dive right back where it came from. For all we know, the circumstance still yet to be known to you all. But regardless, you have found yourself floating on an airship towards this thing, this bright light, scattered, scarred, and probably too large to fit in any port vessel, effectively being fixed. As you're approaching, you do see multiple creatures, entities of all sorts, some with wings, others that are climbing, many of them using ropes and other auxiliary items that would aid them in repairing the outside of the ship. Most of the lights seem to be opalescent, while there were some scattered broken pieces that seemed to flash almost as if there was a code or error going on. Effectively, most of the panel seems to just be this bright shine of opalescence, the Gadia light almost matching the scheme and the haze of this curse that Ayala's weather is usually followed by. While we're talking about it, everybody roll D100 because why not? Yes. Okay, as we were going into the as we were going into the Project 23, you guys probably just swam through a fog cloud, a very hemmed in there fog cloud that I just wanted to give you guys one more Fey affliction so I could get you guys to use your pills, if and that. Hello, Ronny. But I believe I saw, what was that, 54 for Arthur? Yeah. So 54. Okay. I will message you that. But you are consistently crying blood, Arthur. You are.
Wow.
I don't know how you feel about that yourself. But you are now just like every 10 minutes you at least like got a streak of blood just crying, like coming out from your eyes just randomly. And in battle it's even more prominent, but it doesn't affect you in a negative way.
I mean,
wait, how is that lucky? Do you want to cry blood?
no,
that would
oh no.
Scary as all get out. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that would be cool.
I just figure would add a bonus to intimidation check.
44, Lunara, you
For
cast
real?
Fireball once a week. The DC is 12.
Yes, explosion.
Okay. 79. Ronny, yeah, roll a D100 for us. See what Fey Affliction you got. 79. 79 is a +2 to strength, but -2 to intelligence. That is the actual stat. So please do not adjust it. But I believe Ange gets +2 to strength and -2 to intelligence.
Oops.
Wait,
Congratulations, main.
+2 on their base stats.
It do not affect your base stats, just modify it until the affliction is cured, or if you plan on holding on to it, we could talk about that when it happens. But again, no one has tried to keep their afflictions for longer than a certain amount of time. And nobody knows what happens other than like people getting sick or other people becoming like weirdly powerful. It's vague, and nobody here has done that yet. So again, just for now, just write it somewhere else on your character sheet. Don't affect your actual stats. But we'll just have to add the +1s to damage since you're a strength attacker anyways. But that's that. Okay, and we have a 65. A lot of...
Yep.
Okay. Do you already take damage when you heal, Ronny?
I don't think Ronny takes damage when he heals.
No,
I had a list of all the
I
different things.
I think you did. I think
Did
that's I literally remember saying, "Hey, that would have been useful minutes ago."
Oh wait, yeah.
So re-roll that for
Takes
me.
4 hours longer for a long rest. Rations don't fill
That
me up.
sucks.
Long alien fingers +2 dex.
Oh, you're stacking
ambient
a ton
pirate
of them.
music. Taking damage. All I put is taking damage. I don't know why.
Yeah,
though.
taking damage heals you 1d4. Have you not taken a pill before?
That's right. I don't think Ronnie's taken a single pill yet. He's got a total of 5 of them though.
That's fine.
So,
The number doesn't
you
matter.
know-
It's how long you have the first one that would make the difference. And I have that in my head.
Okay. But if Ronnie takes a pill, will it allow him to get away with all, or will take away all the...
It does remove all of
ailments?
them, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, depending on what I roll next, if it's bad, he may decide to take a pill, because I've got a ton.
Yeah, you got some good options there.
82?
It's not filled. You're so busy blowing your nose you can't hear things around you. No, actually, Snotfield is -3 to all hearing based stealth checks. You are making the noise. Oh fuck, that's not good for you.
Yeah, I think with that, Ronnie will go ahead and take
wow.
a pill.
You got the rogue debuff immediately. It's nuts. Okay. Roll of the die.
What do I need to roll to...
Nothing. You're just gonna take a pill. You just knock it down of your inventory. Either way,
Okay, sweet.
as all of you have made it to Project 23, I believe I had Arthur and Lunara sort of take a back seat in the ship while they were recovering themselves. They probably gonna get that long rest done before anyone else, but it's negligible because it'd be like maybe 3 hours and 30 minutes left for Lunara, and then another half hour off that 8 hours from Arthur, as both Ronny and well, actually, yeah, Ange doesn't need a full 8 hours, huh? No, so yeah. So yeah, you guys take your long rests, and then most of you do have a bit of time in that. Is there something that you guys want to do in the Project 23? We'll go there effectively now, because really it'd be more like here where you guys are at. This thing doesn't exist, so great, that's good. Get rid of that. There's like beds in this area that I haven't set up for you guys. Maybe I could do that now, but is there something that you guys effectively do entering this area? I'll remove the duplicates. I'll remove the one that isn't here, really. So
Arthur checks the terminals again.
sure. Or what are you checking for? Terminals are like here,
Where?
the west side.
Oh, he checks for status. Basically, system status.
Here you go. Computer-looking things. How nice. Yeah, you see a bunch of the lights sort of flickering. There's buttons that seem obvious to read. A lot of them are draconic. Many of them are primordial. And some you don't understand at all. This machine has clearly been made before the Curse of Adasor. But you know draconic, so you can get a rough sense that it's pretty much a keyboard and a check system for the entire vessel. But other than that, I don't think you could decipher more. Do you have proficiency with airships or engineering or
Nope.
any sort of tools? Okay, no. Yeah. So
Okay.
you
And
see, you
after
see, you
that,
see lights
all right.
flashing. But yeah, what do you do? If you do anything, Arthur.
I forgot that Jeff's not here, so I couldn't offer Jeff recruiting into the court.
I'm sorry?
Oh well. Oh, nothing. It's just something I was planning to do, but
Okay.
well, next session.
Okay. The rest of you are all probably gonna take your rest. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do specifically between that time, as everyone's sort of collecting themselves?
Well, during the time of a rest, Inch kinda sits and in one place, not really sleeping because they can't really sleep anymore, and they kind of feel that some of their, as they are looking uh, in that room and their memories start to flood their mind, they kind of try to shut them out, and they realize that they kind of tried too hard during their meditation to shut their feelings out. So now they realize that their memories becoming kind of fuzzy.
I mean, you can still always rest despite sleep, so you can always shut off, especially with elves. You guys are the masters of trance. Sleep isn't really a thing for you all, so yeah, I get that. This would all be here, sort of like that. It's almost like Adasor did not care about your sexual orientation. He said, "Get the fucking work." But that's that. Map layer. There you go. Boom. Bunch of beds. Very uncomfortable. There are two. They're bunk bed situations, so it's one on top of the other. So if there's more than 4 of you guys, someone's got to pick a spot. Either way, long rest is had. I am assuming. Go ahead, please. Whoever.
Bottom bunk.
Bottom bunk. Okay.
I'm just saying where it is that way.
Which one? Which bottom bunk are you taking from the top to the south there? Which bed do you take claim? It doesn't even matter. You have 2 people that aren't even on the beds. They're just probably sitting on the chairs, just like their crisscross legs and sort of doing a mantra, and are effectively idle.
Okay. Arthur's just gonna sleep.
Sure. Is there anything that you guys wish to do? Anything that needs to be done? Spells that need to be checked or switched? Conversations to be had?
Lunara would probably go try to see where Avitrix is at and see what the status is of the repairs.
As your friends catch you up, they will tell you that, yeah, we found Avitrix. He left a note for us. We apparently have to take care of that, but we should rest. Bjorn went ahead to try to figure things out, as he is proficient with airships. So he thought he could be of aid. But yeah. So yeah, if you guys want, we could take that long rest. You guys could go back to the top of Project 23, head to see Aphitrix to finish fixing up the vessel. Because as you guys did come into a bit of a crew being prepared, Lunara, you saw this as you entered, coming then down either by the rope to propel down or the ladder that seems to go all the way to the very top. I believe it would be the sunroof area of the Project 23 effectively, which is also an entry point, an access point for nearby ships that might not be able to dock inside. It is clear to most of you, I imagine, that after some time you would get some reports, like literally Princess Malachite shows up or bumps into you guys after looking for you after a while and hands you a bit of a 4-page document detailing all the issues and what has been fixed. It is tedious exactly what has been fixed, so I'll just tell you what hasn't been fixed. Effectively, the whole is at 93% completed, but there is a lack of galliolite for the amount of damage it took, which isn't hard to get since this place is basically 90% galliolite, the planet. They also had a bit of issue with the road system leading to any of the lower areas, which is where there usually is travel back and forth to those docked ships. That area hasn't been checked because, again, the road is nearly intraversable and seems to be magically influenced and nobody wants to go through there. Other than that, there seems to be the lights seem to be weird, but you guys already know that's connected to what Aphitrix is doing at this point. And then the rest of the list just literally details that, like, all the shops are now up and running. Basically, all the buildings are, like, a good 40% of them have been repaired and are already being housed. The rest of them seem to probably require how would I say, proper engineering. But yeah, what do you guys wish to do from here on? We go to Project 23. You guys go to the bit of the hub area, check out what's happening there. Talk to all the people there. That would be the area towards Aphitrix.
After Ronnie finishes his long rest, and I imagine he is sore from like the night before.
Yeah.
He would kind of like, well, for multiple reasons.
The fight.
But yeah.
Wait. Easy there.
Yeah, you know,
I thought it was the fight. Yeah, you almost fucking died. The assumption there, man. Whoa, come on. Either way.
He's probably walking like he's been riding a horse.
Gosh, damn it.
Wow, I really did miss something, huh?
It fades to black, god damn it. We don't want details. Anyways. Yeah, so you wake up tired after almost dying with a fight from Bjorn, I imagined. But sure.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie's a wild dude. But he's used to this sort of thing. But he gets up and he kind of like gets all his gear back on, gets his brand new sword out. He kind of picks it up and actually like really looks over it. What does the rapier of the final stage
I didn't
look
send
like?
you that shit.
Like...
Yes, it is a +2 sword for you. What do you want it to look like?
Well, I would say that Ronnie really likes functionality. Anything that's ornate is pretty cool, but I think that I guess like he just doesn't. Ronnie cares more about functionality of a weapon rather than so much how it looks, I guess.
Oh,
But
I think it's
any kind of
functional.
cool details like engraving or things like that would be cool on it.
Yes, it definitely does have filigree around the pommel. The blade itself seems to be almost made up of 3 different metals, and one corner looks like a glass. Very hard to really distinguish what it is. It's almost like a prism that shifts as you look at it. Hard to just keep looking at it. In fact, it's almost like staring at the sun, this thing. But your updated version is different. So yours is a +2 with the light property in it. Oh no, sorry, it's already a +2. Yours would be a +3 then.
It's a +3.
Yes.
Okay, because earlier I tried to put in a +2 rapier just to have something to roll and attack with.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Just updated to +3.
Okay.
Yeah. And you could use a dagger with it. It looks very ornate for sure.
So for under magic bonus instead of 2, would it be 3?
Yes.
Okay.
And you could switch if you want. If you want to get rid of that and do the re-roll on your sneak attack, you do that. And it does actually offer a little other thing on that. So you might want to double check on that rogue, see what you prefer. To be honest with you, but
okay.
Let me know.
Well,
we'll lock it in.
I think that Ronnie, like, he looks over the thing, kind of grins, and thinking back to the day before, I think that he's gonna try and look for the helm, the control mechanism of this ship, wherever the pilot would be. He's gonna
you're effectively nearest to it. You are in an adjacent room from the control room, which is where Arthur was checking stuff out and pressing buttons, and then there was like weird noises, and he was like, oh, let me stop touching stuff.
Yeah, Ronnie will go there, but as he's like walking around the ship, does this seem like a space-faring vessel, or is this just more of like an airship?
Oh, it's both.
Oh, it's both.
Yeah, you can tell that there's a good 40% of this area is just for airships. You can tell that there's a small little, and when I say that a good 40%, I mean like half this room has just a bunch of little levers and modules and buttons on the wall, not just always a computer. Sometimes there's a wall and a bit of a monitor that seems to be like a silver screen that just kind of like a mirror starts to shift into what it's trying to show you, and they're mostly cameras. Like, you can tell like it's just pointing at like different spots of the vessel, and any part that you look at more prominently than the other seems to almost explode in your vision, sort of like it's adjusting to your own eyes, your own eyesight, or your pupils, or whatever best AI software would track your eyes. I assume magic. Anyways, so
I think that Ronnie would try to find like the actual locomotion type of equipment to make it actually move and look at all that stuff.
Yeah. And that's all within that.
Because what you're describing is more like some type of neural link or something that would allow me to access some kind of cameras. Now, would that be only in what's in the room, or is it outside of the ship?
This is all the room. So I'm always gonna mark this thing. Give me 2 seconds. Let's do it like this. So, wow, not that. Not sure. I was trying to do a square. Can I do a square? I think is a different way to do a square. Anyways, don't care. Oh yeah, that's how you do it. Here you go. So all of this has the airship side. There is this part right here that has a bit of information about the space vessel features. They seem to be out of function at the moment, but everything else seems to be operating just fine. And this is itself the control mechanism. Like you can tell, there's a joystick and different buttons, and there's just a bunch of fobs for you to utilize effectively. Elevation, it gives you speed. You can adjust acceleration. You could create the different functionalities of the vessel itself. You yourself roll Arcana. You yourself see that it at least has a defender mode, which is what is currently on. With a 16, you could also probably see that it has a generation ship mode that currently is offline, and it seems off. Something's wrong with the button. At least the mechanism that is informing you all the status of all these things. The generation ship seems to have a caution symbol next to it of some sort. It's not clear what it means. It's not clickable. Doesn't give you any more information other than that.
Yeah, Ronnie's really not, can't read Draconic anyway, but he does know ships. So does this seem like it's different than, either the spacefaring vessels or the airships that he's familiar with when he was running with Richter?
Oh yeah, this thing is completely alien to you almost. Not only is the keyboard 90% words that you don't understand, well, most of it is visual, to be honest with you. It's meant to be for like almost anyone could pick this up and use it if they've had some training. There is more to be said about the other functions to it, the space functions to it. There's a lot of connective spots. There's a lot of if you access the points here, you can also access the space vessel points, but effectively you would require a second person on the other modem. Without that, the airship seems to be working just fine. It just seems to be lodged in place with the ship. It does have a battery. Seems to be functional in all form. Again, they're just a bunch of those weird exclamation mark things that is like, that's corrupted, or there's something wrong here.
And this is a very large ship, right? So this would probably require 2 pilots or like a whole crew that would get this thing up and moving, not just like one dude.
Yeah, this thing is sort of touchscreen, so you probably avoid utilizing the keyboard itself, and you're like pressing at stuff, checking out, and it's intuitive for anyone with proficiency. And when you start touching the right stuff, you start seeing like an expansion of the ship itself, a little image of it, and it's giving you like all the corridors and stuff. Effectively, there's a couple miles of the ship in square footage. So it's actually pretty massive in all regard. You've seen the buildings inside of it, and apparently this is the smallest form it could be inside. There's again more notes of like the capacity of like the generation ship says that it could house 500,000 people.
Okay, so in like real life comparison, this isn't like, a yacht. This is like a cruise liner,
basically.
In size.
In size.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably a little bigger than the cruise liner for sure. It is a sore spot in the underworld. It is a bright light if it wasn't already in a shaded spot. But yes.
Okay.
And imagine
this
that
thing is bigger.
Imagine that, like, all anyone's ever seen from this ship is either the inside or half of it sticking out from the crust of the underworld, effectively. So half of it has been unseen or still, in rubble, effectively. Which is going to be a problem for you guys, maybe getting it out. I don't know what you guys can do about that. Oh, you guys can just
Ronny
start the ship and use the key and teleport, actually. Yeah. Do
Once
that
all that's
teleport.
going on, Arthur's gonna look for that. Jeez, why am I forgetting that one crew member's name?
A dozen flowers.
No, it was the
Princess
guy with the
Malachite.
sword with the leadership skill, I believe.
The leadership skills. Oh,
Yeah, there was.
I know who you're talking about. As I code look for the names real quick. Hey, where are the names? Oh, I got it. Da-da-da-da-da. I got it somewhere else. No, seriously, where is it? There we go. Okay, are we talking about Chrono? The guy with the hat?
Yes, the guy with the hat and the katana.
Yeah.
So did we let him in charge the last time we saw him?
Yeah, Princess Malachi has been running the ship for you guys effectively. She's the one giving you all the information. She is walking around with a little fox friend that seems to just be sticking to her heels. And yeah, is there anything that you guys wanted to ask them specifically? They are basically like spearheading this entire thing and effectively are pointing to everyone, everywhere, all at once here. Where to go, what to do, and how to do it. But last time she spoke to you, and if you guys go to her, she will say that there are two different individuals that should be vetted by you guys because she did not want to make that decision themselves. Everyone else at this capacity is just a crew hand. Effectively, they'll take their pay as passage to get out of the underworld. A lot of other people are in a short list, and there's a long list of people that want to join the crew effectively, but the short list she does have for you guys. And again, you guys could modify that as you wish, even if you don't want these people. If you want to get your own band of more elite ship I guess crew themselves, you guys could do that once you reach the overworld, if there is such a thing.
Arthur politely takes the list, as well as congratulate her. I also came back to congratulate you. I couldn't do that yesterday due to me being exhausted, but I'd like to congratulate you for your leadership, as me and the rest of the council's been away.
Okay. So Princess Malachi is the one that's leading everyone. Are you talking to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Sure. She would say, yeah, no problem. I do expect a bit of a bonus. I marked it down on the papers. It will be page 12 that you'll see.
Thank you.
And then she hands you a bunch more other papers that she didn't think she was going to be handing you, but you mentioned this, so she handed it to you. These are the requests from everyone.
Okay. Thank you. And he walks towards the rest of the group.
Yep.
And says, well, we got work cut out for us.
Yes. So yeah, you guys could do the interview whenever you guys want, or you guys could go and tend to the black weird tendrils that nobody wants to get nearby, that keeps growing and keeps trying to like slap people, but you guys know and understand that that's just an illusion that Aphetrix has created to sort of call you without him actually going to you.
Ronny will kind of turn over towards Arthur. So, what's the plan there, Big Cheese? Got any idea where we're headed?
I think we should finish up our roster on the crew situation.
The crew's taken care of. When you get out of the underworld, I think it'd be fine. Just saying.
Okay. Oh, you're asking where we're going. We're heading to the overworld, obviously, for a job. And I suppose you already know what the job is, right?
Does it have anything to do with killing a massive deity-like dragon?
Yes.
Yep, I was briefed. If there's gold involved, I'm your man.
Good. Because one of our contacts called for us.
Contact. And Ronnie will gesture with his ring. One of these kinds of contacts.
Sorry? Oh,
Uh,
I'm sorry. I met someone who's helping us fix the ship.
Gotcha.
And he kind of like brings his hand out for like a whisper to his ear.
Ronnie will lean in.
Arthur will whisper, a bit of head. He's also one of Adasaur's spawn. Just to give you a heads up.
Oh. So we're visiting somebody who was affiliated with Tall, Dark, and Creepy and Scaly, right? No offense.
He just nods. Arthur just nods.
Ronnie will kind of grin, and then, alright, well, are we heading into the dark, spooky, tendril-looking area, then?
Arthur just marches there. To the big tendril area.
Yeah, he'll follow.
Okay.
Wait, which area is the tendril area? Is it this line?
Round A, yes. Excellent. May I ask, Lunara and Ange, you guys had a whole 4 hours to waste. What are you guys gonna do for 4 hours? I'm assuming Lunara's probably up here hanging around with a dozen flowers, who is probably ordering people around, as they are currently equipped with the ability to aid with engineering, which I think was the request, or did you guys want airships instead? Remind me.
I'm pretty sure we went with engineering so he could help speed up fixing the ship.
There you go, and that's what he's doing. He currently has 4 arms. He's looking at you a little upset about it, but he says, "Yeah, I'm ready to fix whatever you need fixing." Now he's looking at himself. He's a little taller, from what you can tell. There's less to his how would I say, obtuseness? Nope, that's not a word. Ovalness. He is less egg in the face. He looks more humanoid, almost. Less fishy. Hard to tell if he's 90 or 100% cybernetic, but he has admitted that he is not. Yet there's something wrong with the picture that you're currently seeing. So it's up to you to bring it up or whatever. But he's like, there's these 4 tinier arms, not too tiny, just crossed in front of him. And he's just like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to fix whatever you need, fix with the ship. Rolling his eyes a bit, you know, it's very hard to roll your eyes when you're a machine, but it's obvious. And yeah, he's like, is there anywhere you need me to go specifically? Do you have a specific spot? I have not traversed this ship in a while.
I mean, I don't really think I would know where to have him go other than to like ask Aethetrix what needs to be done.
All right, let's go. Let's go see them then. Who is this person? Aethetrix. That's a weird name. There was a Aethetrix the Pillar. He was a stone guardian. I think, what was it? Yeah. It was destroyed by Adasaur, what, 1,000 years ago? Is it that guy? Is he back?
I'm assuming we're talking about the same individual.
Wow, really? That's freaking cool. I didn't think I was gonna be meeting an altar today, but sure, yeah, let's go. Altar to anyone in this world is essentially a reference, basically like an angel or a devil, just like a tier under a god or a deity.
I'm sorry, I left. Is the TRs referencing me or someone else?
No, you don't know who they're referencing because you're not there.
Oh.
Yes.
Arthur's just gonna go catch up then.
That would happen after a bit of time, obviously, Lunara. It wouldn't be 4 hours of you just navigating, trying to find Aethetrix, because you would know exactly where to find them. So, question: do you go to them to go with sorry, what's his name? A dozen flowers, to raid their potions? As they are like, well, because I don't want to deal with that thing. Like, he's pointing at the black tendrils, and he's like, and I'm pretty sure most of my potions are now destroyed. So you want to come help me grab just the rest of them that are fine? You know, Lunara, that they're not destroyed. This is an illusion.
Yes, I would go help him with that.
Yeah. Do you tell him that it's an illusion? Because he doesn't get near it to find out himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Once he finds that,
I feel like I could tell him that.
Yeah. Once he finds out that it's an illusion, he sort of tests with one of the bottom hands, and like he checks with his fingers, and then he checks on them. The fingers are fine. Then he just goes through, and he's like, okay, yeah, it's kind of like blurry inside, but you can tell that you're inside of an illusion. And yeah, he already had like a suitcase that was being prepped. With a bunch of bottles. There's like 3 bottles on top of it, inside of it right now, and the rest of them were placed next to it. You can tell that they were just tinctures, or some of them are a little bigger, pretty much, how would I say that, triangular shape. But as he would sort of stick them inside of the suitcase one by one. Easier now that he has 4 hands, to be honest with you. He does close it up. He's handing them to you. He says, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to need him. If we're going to be flying out of here, you're probably going to need you're probably going to use these better than I could. What am I going to use them for? I'm not going to do what I used to do, like, back in the day. I'm not going to jump in the fray, you know, like, I mean, I didn't even want to touch the illusion. Look at that. Yeah, but Ronin, he hands you a suitcase full of a bunch of bottles.
Inserting reaction here.
What?
Sorry, I'm just sorry, I'm just writing something.
Okay. But yeah,
and I say inserting my comment here.
Okay. Ange, may I ask what you do for 4 hours? Because you have 4 hours to waste.
So initially, Ange was staying in some kind of meditation state and kind of trying to deal with their memories that of their past that are still kind of fuzzy, considering the fact that they just wake up a few days a week at most. And as they wake up, they kind of spot with the corner of their eyes Lunara kind of going somewhere, and they decide to somehow keep an eye on her.
Okay.
Their mind is they still kind of don't really think clearly, and the only thing that kind of goes through their mind right now, I can't let her go alone in this place.
So you kind of shadow Lunara?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you watch Lunara talk to a robot individual that, well, looks familiar to you. Kind of like a water elf feature. If it wasn't for all the mechanisms over their body, the hands, the arms are clearly cybernetic, near most of it, if that. But yeah, you see them eventually just walk towards the yeah, actually, you guys would be probably walking out with all the bottles after a couple conversations. You have some drinks. I'm assuming probably tea he offers you, Lunara. You're probably waiting outside for most of that, Ange. You could see most of it as his house is sort of open, and the living room seems to be part of the shop. Although there are these massive black tendrils that do get in the way, so you're sort of like seeing like some parts, and then the tendrils just whip around and block a lot of that view. But eventually, everyone sort of converges after the 8 hours that were, I guess, the 9 hours, because I think Ronnie takes a little longer, right?
Yeah, Ronnie would have got his full rest.
Yeah. So is it 9 or a different number?
I think that for long rest, I think it's like 8 hours, isn't it?
Well, for you, but don't you have the drowsy effect? I'm asking. I'm not sure.
Ronnie would have took his pill, I thought.
Oh, so you took the pill? So yeah,
pill.
no, you took the pill because of the other thing. Then yeah, don't worry about it. Then it'd be an 8-hour rest. No more afflictions, and boom, boom, boom. Yeah, everyone will meet up here and walk into the dark tendrils that seem foreboding. Am I correct in this?
Yep.
Yes, sirree.
No problema. Wow. That's very unfortunate.
Oh dear.
Let's see.
I don't like it.
Okay. No. I just read the message that Jeff sent. Someone crashed into his car, so he probably won't be able to make it.
Boy.
So that's always fun.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Fucking damn. Either way, you all walk into the tendrils. You walk the marked path, as most all of you have the key to this place, and thus have access to parts and points that this vessel wouldn't give to certain individuals. As a dozen flowers is accompanied with Lunara and the rest of you, they are commenting, wow, I've never seen this part of the ship. This seems to be an easier access point to get to the engineering station. Look, it's down there. And he's sort of like pointing to where you guys are sort of walking to, and it's not displayed on the map. The map is different from what I'm talking about, as you sort of see Bjorn is laying on the ground. There's red on his face, orange on his fingers, and there's a spilled drink to his side. He seems to have been put in a gamer coma, as the Sheetal dust has dried up. The gamer fuel has been drank and devoured, and he is unable to beat the level of the Project 23 curse, which is this video game that sort of pops up for you guys that you can see that only has the one controller, and the screen is sort of saying play me, back like flashing play me, and you can assume that that's Aphitrix's magic of some sort. So yeah, does anyone want to touch the controller?
Arthur opts that we all touch the control at the same time.
Sure.
Sure. Whatever. I'll touch it.
Same here. He touches at the same time Ronny does it.
So you all like put a finger on the controller?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you will put your finger on the controller as well.
Okay.
And kind of looks towards Nara and is like, I believe at least one of us would be better if they don't touch it. Or just in case of anything.
So just in
Agreed.
case.
Yeah.
So all three of you touch it and leave Lunara out. Lunara, do you heed that advice, or do you touch the controller too?
I guess I won't.
Yes. As the three of them touch the button, you see Lunara as they just sit in silence, looking at each other, waiting for something to happen, and nothing happens.
Well, that didn't work.
I guess it's not magical, or at least that part of it isn't magical.
You think so? Which one of us should touch it?
And Ronnie kind of examine this thing to make sure it's not like rigged somehow, or is this like a gigantic like computer? Is this somebody's like home theater system?
Yeah,
Like what are we
like-
looking at here?
Like, I won't lie, it's exactly that. Now, Ronnie and everyone else doesn't really understand exactly what this is. If anything, Ronnie and Arthur might have the better idea. There's things like this in Aeon and the Spiral systems where usually entertainment is kind of prominent over there. So effectively, there are sort of these boxes and devices that children could take home that are just getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and they're getting more popular in that regard, which is ironic. Less material, more profit for the creators. But as you've witnessed the use of this actual machine, you could recognize that it's basically just a video game console. As Bjorn was utilizing it, you can tell that like he started the whatever function of it, like grabbing the entire controller with both his hands, and he just sort of got stuck in the screen. He like ignored, he like you guys said, yeah, okay, we'll be back after we rest. He's like, yeah, kind of like barely hearing you almost. You can sort of tell as he's sort of became involved with the mechanism, whatever it is. It might be hypnotizing. But yeah, you could roll for me, maybe. Let's do history for this.
History check.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh
Can I ask
boy.
something?
Yes. What do you want to ask? You can always ask anything.
Any chance these things would have been produced when before Ange was kinda stuck up in Project 23?
No, this looks
During
like the exact.
Ange?
This looks like the exact color of Avitrix. It probably is Avitrix.
Because I wanna do something.
What do you want to do?
Inch kinda takes this space and tries to remember if it looks familiar, their structure. It looks like something they've seen before, so they wanna make sure it's what they believe it is.
So this thing, this massive, how would I say, very similar to any of those, to maybe half of one of those Joyride games in Dave and Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese, take your pick. It doesn't have a place for you to sit, but it does have a place for you to sort of hold your hand, or place your wrists effectively if you become tired. But effectively, this isn't anything you would recognize Ange, because it is effectively you recognize this as Avitrix. Like, it is not. There's no hiding that it is Avitrix. Both, actually, all three, Arthur, Lunara, and you would know that this is Avitrix having formed themselves into this sort of machine. This machine is connected to some sort of server-looking box that is definitely the mechanism that A Dozen Flower has pointed out as the engineering station. Ronny, your
Ronny
history
rolled an
check
8.
is very bad. You know that this is the Playbox 64. You've never seen it in real life. You didn't even think it existed.
You know what? I have no idea what this thing is. It looks like a 64. Never played it. But back at home, we had arcades all over the place, and they were the bomb. If you guys don't want to play it, I'll play it.